What's up everyone, this is Joseph. Welcome back to my channel. I got a question for you. Do you like reading and are you always looking for new titles to add to your list when it comes to books? Well, if that's the case, stay there, right there, because this is exactly what I'm covering today. Keep watching. Welcome back to a new episode of A Cup of Joe TV, the place to talk about marketing, online branding and lifestyle, everything over a nice cup of coffee. If you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Joseph. I am a marketing strategist, brand building expert, host of A Cup of Joe podcast and A Cup of Joe TV. If you are a new coach, content creator or entrepreneur, well, you're in the right place, as each and every week I share some digital marketing and branding action-based tips every Tuesday, and every Sunday a lifestyle video where I cover mindset, books and so much more. So do yourself a favor, hit the button subscribe and don't forget the notification bell so you can actually get notified each and every time I upload a new video. Don't forget to follow me over on Instagram right there if you want to keep up with me and everything I do. I show up each and every day right there and I share things that I don't share anywhere else. With that out of the way, let's dive into today's topic. This is the first video of a new series for books. If you follow me on Instagram already, or if you don't, make sure you do so right there. You know that I love reading, and from the beginning of 2020 I decided to start a new challenge of reading 5 books every month. Reading or listening, as I listen to lots of audiobooks as well. Now, I got myself a Kindle last Christmas, so I got rid of any single paper hardcover book, and now I read everything on a Kindle, and this is the way I actually am able to read more than one book every month, because it's just there and I can take it with me anytime I wanted to. So this challenge started on Goodreads, which is an incredible website where you have like a book club online, and they gave me this challenge because when you sign up you can pick up your own challenge. So I decided to take it and see how it goes. So every month you will have a video where I share the 5 books that I've been reading, and I'm gonna tell you specifically what this book is about, who is it for, when is the right time to read it, why I like it or why I didn't like it, and which is the biggest takeaway I got. So let's dive in with the first book of the list. The first book I'm going to review is this one here. I'm going to put the picture right there because I obviously don't own the hardcover of it. It's Everything is Figureoutable by Forleo. Forleo is an incredible business coach. She started online business before online business was a thing, and she's been nominated Top Leader by Oprah last year. She created Everything Figureoutable, which is not only a book, but it's also a philosophy that she really stands for. This book was, really advertised in each and every podcast that I listened to. And when it came out, I wasn't really sure it was the right book for me. But, I think this is the right book for you if you are someone that is looking for clarity and you are about to start a new chapter, whether it is in your career, in your life, or in your business, or whatever you do. And I got this book on the Kindle version and also on the audio version. The reason why I got both is because Marie has such an incredible way of communicating, and really listening to her reading the book is so much better than actually read it yourself. So if I have to give you an advice, get the Audible version if you can, if you like audiobooks, because it's so much better. Now, this book is about mindset mainly, and in the book she really goes through 9 steps of the Everything is Figureoutable philosophy. So basically you have 9 chapters, and these 9 chapters go through each and every single mindset that we as humans go through when we are about to start something new. So the Everything Figureoutable philosophy, it's all about understanding that nothing really isn't figureoutable, obviously, as Marie stands for. And the best point of the book, one of the 9 steps that I personally really like, was the progress, not perfection. Now, I am a perfectionist myself, so reading that chapter and kind of go through the way she explains how we get stuck in our perfectionism and how we tend to do the same thing all over again and wait for that thing to be perfect, and realizing that actually that thing will never possibly be perfect because we are kind of working towards something that doesn't really exist, which is our own limit and our own limiting beliefs. It's great. So the biggest takeaway I have on this book is the way you really have to embrace your own gift, your gift of being unique and be yourself and really being able to deliver in a message. When to read this book? This book is great if you are someone that is about to start a new chapter, because I feel like whether you're someone that is in a new relationship, in a new business venture, in a new job, or you are facing something that is really challenging you in terms of the way that you cannot see any escape from it, the Everything is Figureoutable philosophy, it's a great way to change your mindset. Obviously the book goes through 9 steps, which are the 9 chapters, where she walks you through each and every single limiting beliefs that we have as human, and she makes you understand that nothing really isn't figureoutable. Now, this book is great for, I will say, for someone that is a coach, an entrepreneur, a content creator, or someone that is in a corporate job that is really ready to change and to take that leap and start your own business. So this is the kind of people and the kind of demographic I think Marie is starting to talk to. It's really interesting to understand how you can really get stuck in one place because you are fighting against your own perfectionism that really is just something on the back of your head that you're never going to be able to achieve, because nothing will ever be perfect if you don't have a feedback from other people. So my biggest takeaway is, start before you're ready, and also embrace your own gift. So it doesn't matter what you're doing, and if somebody out there is doing the same thing you are trying to do, the way you are delivering that thing is unique and different. This is what you have to embrace. So I love this message, and this book is really actionable. I love the mindset perspective of the book. What I didn't like is the way it's been advertised to overcome things such depression and addiction and any kind of problem like that. Now, obviously it's a mindset book, so you really have to truly believe in what you read, and you really have to make it actionable. She has so many people that use the Everything Figureoutable philosophy in the book that shares how this philosophy helped them to overcome certain things in their life, and that's great. However, I think the book, in terms of depression, anxiety, and addiction, doesn't really cover this particular thing that well on the book. So that was the only thing I personally didn't like. But other than that, the book is highly recommended, and I cannot recommend you this book enough if you are in a new chapter in your life. So Everything is Figureoutable. I will leave you the link right here down so you can check it out and see if you like it. And I also have an affiliate link with Audible that you can use, and you will support my channel, which I will really highly, hugely appreciate it. So just check it out. The second book I'm going to review is Do Less by Kate Northrup. Kate Northrup is a 7-figures entrepreneur. She's been featured in many magazines, and what she really does, she empowers women to build a life that they love without burning themselves out. When to read this book? This book is great if you're someone looking for tips and advice when it comes to time management. I came across Kate online because she was a guest on a podcast that I normally listen to, and she was really sharing with the audience on the podcast such an interesting perspective on time management. And the book is really about listening to your body and then schedule your life around the way you feel, which I thought was fascinating. Kate is a huge supporter of the moon calendar. She obviously walks you through the whole science behind the way we feel and how to identify the pattern in your behavior to understand how you can be more productive and effectively doing less. So, for example, a very interesting part of the book is how she compares our body to the moon calendar. So to kind of, based on the moon calendar, schedule your life. What does she mean? We are made of mostly water, right? So water get influenced by the moon, and the way we feel and we operate is different every week, but there is a pattern on the way we feel each and every month. On a woman, it will be around the cycle. On a man, it will be around the hormones. So this book is mostly for women, but I decided to get it because I thought it was really interesting to understand how we can identify the pattern of our behavior in a month and then schedule our life around that. So for example, one of the exercises of the book that I personally loved was the fact that she makes you track how do you feel with your energy level, with your productivity, and with your mindset each and every day for 30 days. And then to compare those 30 days with the following month. What you're going to realize that each and every week you will see a pattern that happens each and every month, right? So if you compare 4 weeks of the month as the 4th season of the year, you're going to realize that actually you have some week where you are super productive and some week that you are not productive at all. So if you know which weeks are the most productive one, you can actually schedule your business or your life around those 2 weeks. For example, if you have the last week of the month, like for me, for example, I am super productive on the first 2 weeks of the month in terms of content creation. I am more creative, and the last 2 weeks of the month, I am less creative and more into administration. So now that I identify that, that really, really helped me. The biggest takeaway of this book is the way she really walks you through the science behind it, and she explains you, she has a backup science study for each and everything that she says. The biggest takeaway for me was how we are so consistent with our mood, even if we don't realize it. We have exactly the same behavior each and every month, and I thought that was fascinating, as this is something that I never noticed before. What I like about this book is the action-based exercise that she gives you. What I didn't like is the fact that some of the topics she tends to, dive into the topic a little bit and then leave it and then come back a few chapters later. So you really have to be super focused when you read this book, because it is super insightful, but you really have to be focused in the way you implement the strategies, otherwise it doesn't work. But if you're someone looking for time management tips, this is the book for you. Highly recommended. Book number 3 is Do It Scared. Finding the courage to face your fear and building a life that you love. And it is from Ruth. Soukup. Now, I came across this book online because I was looking for some self-help when it comes to fear. Now, in the last few weeks, we've been going through as a family some big changes. We were supposed to move to New York, and we've been planning this move for a year, but then we had some delay with our process, and also coronavirus kicked in. So we found ourselves not moving to New York, living in London, which is a place we've been living for 7 years, moving to the northeast of England so far, and now waiting to move again. So it has been a little bit crazy, and in my head, I started to have some fear about, okay, will we ever going to move to New York? Is it going to happen? All this kind of, mindset. So I was looking for a very good book when it comes to fear, especially because I feel, changes can be scary, and it really is about how we approach these changes that really makes the difference. So this book is the best book for you if you're someone that is super scared in general. If you're scared of working out in the garden because your neighbor's gonna think that you're crazy, or you're scared to start your own business because you're gonna fail, or you're scared of leaving that person that is not making you happy because you are just scared that it's going to be a problem and what people are gonna say, all that kind of mentality, this is the right book for you. So this book is about how to manage the different archetype of fears and how to find the courage to basically get rid of a situation that you don't feel comfortable with, but you're too scared to change. Ruth Ruth Soukup is an incredible entrepreneur, and this is her 6th book. She's the founder of the Elite Blog Academy, so she came out with so many different books. She did Living Well Planner, and this is for me the first book that I ever got from her, and I really like it. I started to follow her on Instagram, so she has some incredible content out there to really go through fears in each and every point. The book is divided into sections. You have the fear archetypes, which is basically where Ruth really walks you through each and every stage of fear and the way they can, you know, present to yourself. So for example, some of them are procrastination, or you can be a rule follower, or you can be a pessimist. So she really walks you through why do you feel in that way and where that behavior comes from, which I thought was really fascinating. Another thing that I love about the book is the fact that you can do a fear assessment, basically telling you which fear are you based on the way you behave. Now, if you read some of them, so for example, you have, I don't know, rule follower, people pleaser, outcast, and so on. You can kind of work out already by your personality which one you are, but when you do the assessment, it will give you a different perspective on something that you might have not considered. So for example, when I did the test, I came out that I was a people pleaser, which I already knew. I came out that I was a procrastinator, which is really true, especially in certain things. And it came out that I am a rule follower. The one that really surprised me was the rule following one, because I don't consider myself someone that followed the rule at all. So I was just really interested to see why. And the reason why was because I am someone that is really structured on the thing I do, and the rule following can be not necessarily about sticking to a manual, sticking to a method, but it can definitely be more about having a certain structure and a roadmap in what you do. So this book is so interesting. So this is the book for you if you're someone that is, you know, an entrepreneur, or you are a mom and you are like super scared of the way you are dealing with your kids, and you're scared that, you know, you're not doing the right thing, or maybe you are in business, right, and you are working in corporate and you are just constantly pleasing your boss but you're not happy, or maybe you are someone that is stuck in a job that you hate but you are scared of getting out of it. So this is the book for you. Book number 4 is Todd Herman with the Alter Ego Effect. Now, I came across Todd Herman obviously on a podcast because I listen to a lot of podcasts, and he was talking about his book, which is all about the way we show up differently, whether it is in your business or in your family. And what I love about this book is the way he walks you through the different identities that each and every one of us has, and he compares them to having superpower. When do you need this book? This book is for you if you want to identify your different personalities, and if you want to improve the way you show up in your family and the way you show up at work, for instance. It's a great book to understand which identity of yours is taking over and when. So I really love how he explains each and every point, making some relatable example of some of his clients. Now, he coaches people like Beyonce, Tiger Woods, so really big names. And what I really love about the book is how he explains, for example, why Beyonce has an alter ego, or why Ellen DeGeneres has an alter ego. So all these people that are super famous, and you know, they show up each and every time, whether it's on the stage or on TV, and when the cameras switch off, they are different people. So it's really how to be comfortable with each and every side of yourself, and I thought that was really fascinating. He decided to wear glasses to make himself look more professional, and I thought that was really interesting because this is something that Martin Luther King used to do to make himself look distinguished. And also this is something that, for instance, they do when you are in a trial, they will make the person wear glasses because it will make it look less guilty and it will make it come across more trustworthy. What I like about the book is the way everything is super relatable. I haven't been through one page of the book and said to myself, oh, that this is not me. Everything feels like Todd is speaking to you directly, which I really like. And what I didn't like about the book, There isn't anything I did not like about this book. What I liked as well, there is another point that I really like, is the solution that Todd gives you on the book, which is basically his his alter ego module, which is explaining in circles how our personality and our brain reacts to different environment. So that was so fascinating to me. So this book is definitely something you want to consider right now if you are someone that is looking for understanding maybe your personality a little bit better, understanding the way you can possibly show up better for your family or for your business. So I highly recommend you Todd Herman, Alter Ego Effect. Book number 5 is by Wolynn. It Didn't Start With You. When can you read this book? This book is perfect for you if you're ready to kind of understand your family relationship a little bit better. If you're someone that struggled with your dad, with your mom for a long time, and if your relationship has been difficult, if you are someone that, for instance, is very much looking for something in your boyfriend or your girlfriend, but you don't really know what exactly are you looking for and nothing seems to work properly, it can be related to a trauma that you might have been passed on from your mom, and she might have it from her family before. So the way Mark is explaining this, it's a very interesting perspective. He compares trauma to genes and how genes pass from generation to generation, so are traumas. So if you are able to understand where the link is on this trauma and you're able to kind of work on that trauma, there's no way for you to pass that particular experience, fear, problematic situation even more. So I haven't had a dad presence in my life, so I realized that lots of the things that I felt like I was missing were coming from the fact that I never been taught how to deal with them. And I know the book is not the answer for everything, but I really recommend you this if you're someone that is really generally interested to kind of dive into deeper your family relationship a little bit better. So this is a book for you if you are I think it's for anybody really. This book is for anybody that is willing to understand the way the relationship that you have works. So these were my top 5 books for this month. Let me know in the comments what is the biggest takeaway on this video. If I share any book that you never heard before, if I inspire you somehow on something new to read, let me know if you read any of this book already. What's your take on what I said? If you agree, if you disagree. I really want a conversation going on in the comments because I love connecting with you and kind of, take this conversation to the next level just there. So make sure you let me know what you think, and if you like this video, spread some love with a little like, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram to get all the updates daily, and I will see you same time, same place next week. Thank you so much for watching.